Very excited to talk to our next guest, one of South Florida's own out of Hialeah, Florida, the Alien King, Aaron Aponte, joining us here on the program. Aaron, it's good to talk to you again, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great to be here. I'm excited to talk to you and, talk about my upcoming events.
Yeah, we'll get to your upcoming events in just a bit, and was at your last fight as well. But the last time we spoke, it was a couple of years ago. Maybe a little over a year ago, actually, and you were talking about you had Olympic dreams. You were thinking about going to Tokyo. The whole world flipped on its head just months later, and everything changed. So, uh, can you take me through all that, man? Like, you went through a situation where you were dreaming about going to the Olympics. You had the banner up in your gym. You have a goal in mind, and then life throws a curveball. Was there, how did you take all that? When did you decide, hey, I got to divert the road and become a pro?
Um, it was tough because it's a dream we've been working for a very long time. Since I was 9 years old, and it's always been a dream to go to the Olympics. And when COVID came and made all that stuff happen, and we all got we had to wait an extra two years. Me and my team decided it would be better if we turned professional and further our career than to just sit down and wait for something to happen.
Was that a hard decision for you? Like, did you think about maybe waiting it out and doing, elongating your amateur career at all and seeing when the next games would open up? Like, was it tough for you to go away from that, or did you find to say, okay, I'm ready to hop into the new challenge?
Honestly, I was just ready to turn professional. I at the time I was already getting tired of being in the amateurs and traveling and not getting paid. And we're once you're at the top level, you're fighting the top guys all the time. So you might as well get paid for it. If we're literally having the best competition between us, might as well get paid for it. So, it wasn't too much of a tough decision.
So then you decide to go pro. You're about to embark on your third career professional fight. How did you and your family? Because I know you guys are very tight knit. How did you go about the journey of turning professional? What was that process like?
Um, at first it was tough just trying to find a fight, to find an event because everything was closed at the time. But finally in October, I think we turned professional in July, like with all the paperwork. But my pro debut, I had it in October 16th on Telemundo, and it was a great event. I knocked him out in I think it was 50 something seconds. So in the first round. So you know the whole process has been good for me so far. We've been slowly climbing up, getting our name out there, and it's just been a great overall experience.
Well, your first fight locally after you got your first professional win, you had a really really cool experience where you got to be on the Canelo Alvarez card, which was really cool because you know I am always telling people about the talent that is down here in South Florida. You are among that, and it's been nice to see. One of the good things that has come out of this crazy pandemic year has been Miami has gotten a new spotlight for boxing, and so Canelo Alvarez decided to do his fight down here, and you were on the card, and that had to be unbelievably cool, like to walk out and be in Hard Rock Stadium. That place does, they haven't hosted big fights, and you had the opportunity to be on that card, a hometown kid, your family's there. That had to blow your mind, man, because there are people down here who probably never thought growing up fighting, I'm going to have the experience to fight in my hometown on that kind of a stage, especially as early and as young as you are. That had to be unbelievably cool. Tell me about it.
Oh my God, that was a dream come true. Every time I've driven past the Dolphin Stadium, and I looked at it, I used to always tell my mom, one day I'm gonna fight in that stadium. And look at me, the second professional fight, and we're already achieving one of my dreams to fight in the Hard Rock Stadium. And it was just amazing to walk out and look around and hear everybody cheering my name, and it was out of this world, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet it was. It was kind of tough for me because I was in my buddy and my co-host. We went to the fights and they sat us in the press area, so we were like in the sealed off bubble. Like we weren't in the ringside. We were like local media night of, so they like stuck us in the press box. So it was I could hear cheers for you, but it was a little bit muffled. Like, did it feel like how many people came to support you for that? Because I was in a kind of a tough spot to gauge it, but I could hear people cheering for you, but I don't think I got the fair scope of it based on where I was and because I was in a sealed off room inside.
Yeah, we sold at least around the 600 tickets. So just 600 people just came to see me.
That's cool.
And then all the extra fans that were there at the time were also cheering for me, you know, because I'm the local star and, you know, up and coming fighter. So they were cheering for me too. So, you know, could have been anywhere from 600 to 1,000 people cheering for me. So it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I could hear them all.
That's awesome, man. So your next fight's coming up on April 17th. You're again fighting on DAZN, which is also a really cool thing for you. People are getting a chance to, you know, get some eyeballs on you, and that's an awesome thing with the streaming is that they show the full card. So you know we're getting a scope of young prospects like yourself. Was it what went into the process of having this fight at the Hard Rock on the Demetrius Andrade card and getting going at the Hard Rock?
Honestly, we didn't even think we were gonna fight in April. We thought we were gonna fight in June, and this day came out of nowhere. So it was like, hey, you're fighting April 17th. It was like, okay, that's a month away. And now we had to have like a speed camp. And, you know, we got ready. We're ready right now. I'm probably in the best shape of my life right now. Like even better shape than the fight before. And you know, it was just a crazy like, hey, you're fighting here, and I was like, wow, and in the Hard Rock Casino too, and it was pretty cool to fight in another big card in Miami, or you know, the Miami area, and you know, it's just a blessing to. I really got to take my hat off to my manager, Peter Khan.
Well, listen, he's a smart man, and there's a reason, you know, his name is sparking up in the game, and even more than it already has been. You know, Peter's a savvy guy, and that's a smart thing to have you be fighting locally, but also be on a stage where you're going to get exposed to the world. I mean, that's a really cool thing. I don't think are fans allowed to come to this one, or is this one like where they got the bubble closed off? Like, are your fans locally? Are they able to watch you live, or are they going to have watch parties on DAZN for it?
I don't think they're selling tickets. I think the hotel and the casino are giving complimentary tickets away to certain people.
So like, yeah, I've seen those. Like they're little VIP events that if you're there.
Like VIP event, yeah. I think it's gonna be a VIP event.
That's cool. Well, listen, tell everybody down in Hialeah. Let's get it together. We get the big screen going, and they come and watch you and get it going. It's a hell of a card anyway. You got Andrade on the card as well, so. It's not like people wouldn't have a fun fight night together watching you in action. That's pretty awesome. Especially
watching a hometown fighter.
It's all like, do you like the fact that you've been staying in your hometown for the last couple? Do you think that just makes things easier, more set? You kind of just get to go to the office. Is there part of you that wants to go and travel a little bit? Like, do you want to see part of the world? Because I talk to fighters when they're up and coming. Aaron, sometimes they got to go to different countries to go get fights. They got to do. Are you looking forward to some of that journey, or are you liking that you're gonna get a chance to get 3 fights under your belt and you've gotten to do most of it just in your state and in your hometown?
Yeah, honestly, I love fighting in Miami. If we could fight in Miami every fight, I would do it. But I also want to fight in different countries. That would be cool, like Great Britain or Australia or something like that. Or maybe even Vegas or New York, in the Barclays Center and stuff like that. So, I like fighting in Miami. I love fighting in Miami. Trust me, I don't mind. I could fight here all the time, but I could travel to other, just to see all the other places and see how the fans are over there. And,
I think that's part of I think that's the fun of the job. Like it's not just that. you want boxing to take you to other places. I mean, that's only natural, and especially it's such a universal thing. Everybody loves it all around the world. Of course, you'd want to see other parts of the world, but it is still cool that it's an awesome story that you've been able to get these under your belt right in your town, man. Because you know,
At
look,
such an early stage in my career.
yeah, for sure, and you know, it's also great in a way that I think probably the pandemic has led to a lot of fights being down here. So that has opened up the opportunity to have a hometown kid like you get to shine on such a big stage, because I don't know if DAZN would have thought, hey, let's do a ton of fights down in Miami. So that in a way, it has worked out good for you, and will get you, I think, a lot of shine, which, you know, a lot of people need to know the Alien King's name. It's you know, it's, I think it'll be very good for your future for sure, man. What, I guess, from your experience in these first few pro fights, or these first couple of pro fights, is there a profound difference to you between this and the amateur ranks? Like, no headgear, everything opened up to you going. Is there a more desire for you to go to the knockout? Like, what have you noticed, I guess, in the change of style now that you have turned pro?
Yeah, you definitely want to you feel the need to entertain the people, whereas in the amateurs you don't really care what the people think, because there's barely anybody watching. You know, just your corner and some of the fighters that came to fight also are cheering on. So, you know, I feel like in the pros you feel like a more obligation to entertain the people and look for the knockout, whereas the amateurs you would be boxing and, you know, be working on not getting hit at all. So I feel like in the pros, it's more you're standing, you're planning your feet to throw harder punches, and you also got to focus on defense because there's no more headgear, and the gloves are much lighter. You know, they're 2 ounces lighter than they were in the amateurs. So, you know, it's real, it's different, but it's not as different as you would think. You know, you still have to fight the way you fight, you know, your style, just planning your feet and looking for more power shots.
How much did you watch your last fight? Like, did you do a lot of reviewing of it? And then, if so, like, what have you wanted to get better at since watching it? What did you think you really needed to sharpen up?
I definitely could work on the comeback. You know, I would hit him and then he would fall into the ropes, and then I would kind of let him like recover. So I would have changed. I would have came back. So I would have, you know, when he fell on the ropes, attack more. You know, be more aggressive is my criticism for the last fight. Being more aggressive, and because I was more focusing on boxing. You know, the kid was good. You know, he had a decent record, 6-1, and you know, I was staying too safe. I feel like I could have taken more chances and, you know, gone for the knockout.
That's also got to be such a tough thing too, because when you're just upcoming in your career, you're doing like 4 round fights, and there's got to be that happy medium between I want to get this guy out of here, but you also want to work on stuff too. Like, there's you know, you only get so many times to get in the ring a year. So is there a tough balance of that, of and you noticed in your first couple of fights of wanting to get experience but also wanting to look damn good and intimidating and make a name for yourself? Like, is there a tough balance there?
Yeah, you kind of want to like. It feels like you're rushing. You're trying to rush yourself into you know, look for the knockout, be impressive, instead of just being yourself and boxing and just, you know, moving around, touch and not get hit, which is really the name of the game. Don't get hit and hit the other guy. You know, you want to hit him and not let him hit you as much as you can. And I feel like pro boxing, it's more focused on trying to get the knockout and being exciting, because that's what you really want. You want to excite the people. You want people to be interested in watching you fight. So you look for the knockout and you do flashy things. So people are interested in watching you.
Is your gym there? You guys are a pretty close knit group down there at KO Fitness in Hialeah. What big things are coming up for you guys down there? Is there anybody else who's coming up in the near future that you're excited to see? Any of your teammates that are getting some work in that we should know about?
Yeah, definitely. You should definitely keep an eye out for Luis Melendez. Harold Calderon, and who else got a fight coming up? Those two have fights coming up. Harold Calderon and Luis Melendez. So keep an eye out for them. Both coming out of Miami.
Any words, man, for your town before we get you out of here? Your fight's coming up on April 17th. Demetrius Andrade card on DAZN. You guys subscribe to DAZN. You guys can see Aaron Aponte as he is looking to go to 3-0 in his professional career. You got any final words for the 305, 954, 561, the whole crew down here in South Florida?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I just want to thank my team and my manager for making all this happen. And let's go Heat.
Yes. Yes.
Let's go Heat for sure. You know, if you're from Miami and you love Miami, I'm all about Miami. You know, I'm bringing Miami on my back to the top of the world. You know, I'm gonna be world champion one day, and the Miami's gonna be in the name.
Yeah, your boy Duncan Robinson's heating up. He's getting it going now,
Yeah.
huh? He's got the stroke right. All these trade rumors are behind him. Now he's got it going. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, I was glad they didn't trade him. I really didn't want them to trade him.
How's his hands? I know he's been in the gym a couple of times. Has dunks on the bag on the in the ring.
He's pretty nice. Don't lie, he's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But out of all of them who came to the gym, James Johnson was the nicest.
They well they say JJ's got that martial arts background.
Yeah.
He's got
that. He's nicest with the hands.
That's awesome, man. Well, listen, good luck to you. It's great to see you get this opportunity to fight in your town, to see you on a platform like DAZN. Really, really cool watching the journey, and we'll definitely be continuing to do that throughout your career, man. So, congratulations on the early success, and we can't wait for April 17th.
Thank you.